Have you ever wondered why English speakers say they run into someone, but they're not actually running? Or why someone might lock themselves away when they're not necessarily using a lock? Welcome to the fascinating world of phrasal verbs, a crucial part of mastering the English language. Today we'll dive into 14 phrasal verbs that include the particles into and away. First up, run into. This doesn't involve any physical running. Instead, it means to unexpectedly meet someone or something. For instance, I ran into my old friend at the grocery store yesterday. Next, we have look into. This phrase means to investigate or examine something, like, the detective promised to look into the mysterious disappearance. Our third phrasal verb is burst into. It signifies entering suddenly and energetically, or suddenly starting to make a noise. For example, the children burst into the room when they heard the news, or the child bursts into tears. Moving on, read something into something is a tad more complex. This implies believing that an action or situation has a particular importance or meaning, often when this is not true. Like, don't read too much into her leaving so suddenly. She probably just had a train to catch. Go into is our fifth phrasal verb. This means to discuss or examine something in detail. An example could be, let's go into the details of the project during the meeting. Next, throw yourself into something means to do something actively and enthusiastically. For example, she's thrown herself into doing some gardening now that spring is here. Our seventh phrase is enter into, which means to become involved in a contract, agreement, or discussion. For instance, the company decided to enter into a partnership with a global firm. The phrasal verb buy into refers to accepting or believing in a particular idea or concept, like, investors were hesitant to buy into the new business proposal. Now let's switch gears to away phrasal verbs. Tidy away means to clean up and put things in their proper places. Example, after the party, it took hours to tidy away the decorations and clean up. Pack away is similar, meaning to put things into containers or boxes for storage. For instance, before moving, they had to pack away all their belongings. Tear someone away from means to make someone stop doing something enjoyable, usually because they need to go somewhere or do something else. As in, it was difficult to tear him away from his work to join the family gathering. Stay away from something simply means to avoid or keep a distance from something. Example, she decided to stay away from sweets to maintain a healthy diet. Our penultimate phrasal verb, lock yourself away, means to go to a room or building where you can be alone so that you can work. As in, I decided to lock myself away in my room till I'd finished my essay. Finally, run away from means to escape from a situation or place, like, the young boy decided to run away from home, seeking adventure. In summary, phrasal verbs add color and nuance to the English language. They may seem daunting at first, but with practice, you'll start recognizing and using them naturally. Remember, into phrasal verbs often involve engagement or immersion, while away phrasal verbs typically signify avoidance or removal. So, go ahead, throw yourself into English and don't shy away from these handy phrases.